Hi, welcome to the 7th episode of The Man Who Left the Sign Over There. The 7th episode of Thriving One. Now, you've watched several of these. If you've gotten to this point, you've probably become a little psychic. And I'm betting you can guess what today's topic is. See, you are psychic. I told some friends that I was going to make this video about how to prevent thriving. And they said, why would you do that? I said, because one of my beliefs is that one of the main causes of human conflict is when people try to shove their beliefs down someone else's throat. So I'm trying not to do that by providing tips for people who don't want to thrive. Because not everybody wants to thrive. Now sometimes that's because they bump up against thriving and it's work and they're lazy and so they don't want to do that. But most of the time there's some kind of fear involved. Everyone I know, ever met, has fears. Especially the tough guys that say, I ain't afraid of nothing. No, they're afraid of even being afraid. But fear is a real thing. It has survival value. And it's not always rational. Okay? I'm afraid of spiders. I'm afraid of snakes. I'm afraid of mountains. We'll get to that. Okay? Now I know it's wrong, but if I see a spider or a snake, if I can, I'll kill it. And this is not rational. I have never been bit by a spider. I've never been attacked by a snake. But I will kill it if I see it. Now come to find out, when I discovered I was afraid of mountains, you can't kill a mountain. You just have to live here in Kansas. Thriving is rooted in belonging. So if you're going to actively not thrive and prevent yourself from thriving, probably a good idea to avoid belonging. If you feel like you must belong and you sometimes have to see people, try to get yourself in with a little bunch of people who are pissed off a lot and grouchy and bitter and what's that word? Whiny. Look for them people and hang out with them until it starts feeling good. Because if it starts feeling good, you could end up thriving by accident. Now, belief systems can be very simple for people who want to prevent thriving. Don't be for anything. Lots of people are for happiness, and they're for freedom, and they're for opportunity. Okay? Don't be for anything. And only be against two things. Be against the way things are, and be against change. That way, you can be sour all the time. As far as thoughts go, try to focus your thoughts on what's wrong, what's unfair, who's picking on me, and regularly review the ways in which you are a victim. Remind yourself that you're a worthless failure, and worry every chance you get. Now, words and actions to help prevent thriving. Stay sleep deprived. Okay? Sleep deprived people are less approachable than most people, and they're not very able to function, so you can't get any accomplishment-based self-esteem either. If you find yourself drifting off, don't count sheep. Count resentments. Okay? Resentment's like, it's like a grudge. It's like wallowing in your resentments so you can prevent thriving. It's like, you know, if I be running around here to the shop and I bump against something sharp and makes a cut on my arm, you know, a little washing and a little Neosporin, maybe a Band-Aid, and that'll heal up. Okay, but resentment is like you didn't wash it, you don't put no Band-Aid, no Neosporin, and you regularly pick the scab off. See, that way you can keep that wound open a really long time and you get the added bonus benefit. It could get infected so that it's worse than it was in the first place. I think a good tip for people who don't want to thrive is to wear your shoes at least half a size too small. So you'd be, you know, walking around through your daily life, okay, sleep deprived, picking scabs in shoes that hurt your feet. This will help you not thrive. Trust me. Don't give people compliments. Don't accept compliments. Now, as you're wandering through your life in them tight shoes picking the scabs, some nice, decent human being is going to make the mistake of noticing. And some people just care about other people, and they're going to say some stuff to you like, "Are you okay? Can I help you?" There's the non-thriving response according to the union. "I don't need your pity." Pity's in the dictionary between piss and puke. And of course, the caring person very gently would say, "I'm just trying to express some sympathy and be concerned and caring." Sympathy? That's in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. I don't want to be in the middle of that either. Then stomp off. In short, the core of not thriving amounts to don't talk, don't trust, don't share feelings, don't show feelings. Now, this was probably the easiest episode for me to write because except for that little shoe thing, I've done all these things. And I don't mean I just did them for a minute. I didn't just do them for a day or a week or a month. I've done many of these things for a period of years. And I did those things to keep people away because I was afraid. I was afraid that if I connected with you people, that you would come to know me. And that if I stayed connected with you, you'd come to know me like I know me and come to feel about me like I felt about me. And I couldn't take any more of that. Would like to remind you that the reproduction, rebroadcast, or retransmission of this podcast without the express written consent of me is considered flattering. There is just one us.